It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to April 30th of the year 2023 when the Milwaukee Admirals were in Manitoba to take on the Moose for Game 2 of their best-of-5 second-round series. Carl Taylor deploys his lines in the following way. Sherwood, Sanford, and Evangelista would be your starting line. Schneider, Jankowski, and Tomasino. Leonard, McCarron, and Rushev. Huntington, Angelo, and Afanaseyev make up your lines in for the forwards. For the defensive pairings, Gravel and Stastny, Del Gaizo, and Thompson, Wilsby, and Gross make up your defensive pairings. And, of course, Yaroslav Askarov is the starter in net. We are 1:31 into Game 2, and we find Mark Jankowski hitting the post for the Milwaukee Admirals at 2:28 of the first period. Is Salmonen a save on Angelo, the first shot on goal of the game for either team. 4:56. Salmonen comes up with a save on Leonard. 5:11. Askarov comes up with a save on Bongiovanni, the first save for Askarov in the game. 6:38. Askarov comes up with a save on Harkin. 7:48. Askarov comes with a save on Bongiovanni. 10:13. Salmonen comes up with a save on Sanford. At 12:32 of the first period, we find our first big action of the game. As Huntington's off to the box. 2 minutes for tripping. Now, this PK, listen, we talked an awful lot about the power play of this Admirals team, but this PK so far in the playoffs has been absolutely stellar. The PK right here, stellar, outstanding, whatever adjective you choose to use right here. They didn't give up a single shot on goal. As a matter of fact, they had trouble getting into the zone at all because Askarov on the dump-ins cleared the puck multiple times before Manitoba could even come close to getting to the puck. That penalty in the pass now, 15:25 in the first period. It is Salmonen coming in with a save on Gross. The puck trickled behind and was loose for just a second. Salmonen is able to fall down backwards, covering it up with the body and getting the whistle. At 16:53 of the first period, it would be Jones. His first goal of the playoffs gives the Manitoba Moose their first lead over the Milwaukee Admirals in this series. Askarov is caught cheating towards the pass, and he left the post and the net wide open. There was a solid foot of net to shoot at right there that was just completely open. Honestly, it's not a very good look and a very good goal for the young netminder for the Milwaukee Admirals. 1-0 in favor of the Moose here late in the first period. 18:13 of the first period. We go back behind the play and we find Gavanka and Afanaseyev battling behind the net there. 2 minutes for roughing, 4-on-4 for both teams. We go to the end of the first period. Milwaukee outshoots Manitoba in the first period 7-5. Rather low event as Manitoba clearly looking to slow down the Milwaukee Admirals offense from Game 1, and they were able to do so because in Game 1, the Admirals had 3 goals in the first period, and this game they have none, and they're actually trailing on the scoreboard. We go to the clean sheet, we go to the second period, and we find Yaroslav Askarov coming up with a save on Meyer to start the period. 17 seconds in, 51 seconds in, Salmonen comes up with a save on Tomasino. 1:55. Salmonen a save on Luke Evangelista. 2:27. Askarov back to work, coming up with a big save on Ford. 2:44 into the second period. Much more high-event hockey to start this period. Askarov comes up with a save on High Nola. 3:39 of the second. Salmonen comes up with a save on Sanford. Close range shot right here for the Admirals. 4:21. Salmonen comes up with a save on Del Gaizo. The rebound goes high off of the glove and falls harmlessly out of reach. Milwaukee has 7 shots on goal in the first 4.5 minutes of the second period. They had 7 in the entirety of the first period. So clearly things are starting to pick up out there. 5:35 of the second period. Forwards off to the box. 2 minutes for hooking. And that's when Sherwood gets his first goal of the playoffs, tying the game up at 1 apiece. Milwaukee Admirals power play has just been devastating all season long, and in Game 1 it continued on, and now it continues on in Game 2 with the conversion right here, tying the game up at 1 apiece on Sherwood's first of the playoffs. 6:04 of the second period. Askarov comes with a save on Pelé. 6:28. Pelé off to the box. 2 minutes for hooking. Salmonen will have to come with a save on Tomasino. There'd be a scrum after the whistle. No penalties here. Salmonen then come out with a save on Leonard right at the end of the power play. So the Admirals power play unable to convert. So you got to give some real credit to the Moose PK unit, as they have struggled against Milwaukee when it comes to special teams. 11:10 of the second period. Thompson's off to the box. 2 minutes for hooking. The Admirals find themselves short-handed, and Askarov is about to clock in and do some work. He's going to come up with a huge save on Harkins, Bongiovanni, Malott, and Tarnito before the end of the power play. So Askarov, 4 big saves right here on this short-handed situation. Not quite as smooth sailing as the previous penalty kills have been in this series. 13:21 the second period. Tornado's off the box. 2 minutes for roughing. Came during a scrum. Looked like it was going to be evened up, but it was Manitoba taking the loss right here in this exchange. Tomasino then is off to the box. 2 minutes for tripping. Makeup call or not, it was definitely a trip. 4-on-4 for 43 seconds. That's when Askarov Askarov comes up with a save on Gavanke, and then 16:25 of the second period. Askarov comes with a save on Bon Giovanni. 18:45, another save on Bon Giovanni. At 19:57 of the second period, Askarov comes up with a save on Malott, and there's a large scrum. Large at the end of the period. Certainly looked like we might get a couple of misconduct since it was at the buzzer, and definitely a couple of penalties, but it turns out no, everybody was just sent to their locker rooms. Things cooled down and we hit the intermission. Manitoba out shooting Milwaukee 21-18 after 2 periods. Now remember, Manitoba had 5 shots on goal in the first period. Now they are at 21. We have a tied hockey game at 1 apiece. Going into the third period on the clean sheet, we're 3:09 in, and Askarov's coming with a save on Gavanka. 3:32 of the third period. Salmonen comes up with a save on Sherwood. Several seconds later, Sherwood would have a great follow-up opportunity, would also be turned aside. We turn over to the back of the sheet because we have that much action happening in game 2. 4:44 of the third period is Askarov coming up with a save on Morelas. 5:54 is Salmonen coming in with a save on Luke Evangelista. 6:58, Salmonen comes up with a save on Jankowski at close range. Turnover here looked like for sure the Admirals were about to score. Just one of the many moments where Salmonen kept his team in this game. At 8:31, Salmonen comes up with a save on Angelo. Another turnover right in front of the net. The Admirals cannot convert on this one either. The big kick out for Salmonen. At 11:24 of the third period, it's Askarov coming up with a save on Sautner. 13:03 of the third period. Luke Evangelista gives the Milwaukee Admirals a 2-1 lead over the Manitoba Moose. His first goal of the playoffs. It was a 2-on-1 with Jordan Gross. Couple of passes in exchange before the finish happens into the empty net. 2-1 now in favor of the Milwaukee Admirals. 13:17 of the third period. Askarov comes up with a save on Jones. 16:15. Askarov comes up with a save on Heinola. 16:36. Askarov comes up with a save on Gavanke. 18:02. A save on Tornado. 18:26. A save on Heinola in the 6-on-5 scenario with the Milwaukee Admirals under insane pressure for quite a bit of time. It's at 19:07 that Meyer breaks through with his first goal of the series, tying the game up at 2 apiece. It was a 6-on-5 rebound put back off of the back wall and into the net. Unfortunately for Askarov, lost track of that puck for just the briefest of time as it went behind the net, but it came right off the back wall as a perfect setup and a rebound put back from Meyer. That makes the game 2 apiece, and we would hit the end of regulation tied at 2. Manitoba 32 shots on goal, Milwaukee 32 shots on goal. It could not be more even at this point after 60 minutes. It would not take very long into overtime. 1:32 into the overtime session. The Admirals having some incredible difficulty getting the puck out of their zone. They're scrambling all over the place, and that's where Harkin seizes the day, takes advantage of the opportunity, gets his second goal of the series. It was a rebound put back. Askarov got bumped. Everybody was looking for a review. There was no review. There was no penalty. It's a good goal, and it is the game-winning goal. 3-2 in favor of the Moose on home ice. Just 1:32 into overtime. Series now tied at 1 apiece. The Manitoba Moose definitely looked to come out in this game and slow the Admirals' attack and offense down. They were able to do that throughout the first period, and then as their netminder was able to keep them in this one, the Moose gained confidence, gained their footing, and gained their offensive strides throughout the game, and, well, frankly, found the 2 goals that they needed at exactly the right time that they needed. Late in the third period and early in overtime, that's enough to tie the series up at 1 apiece. That'll do it for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. It might have started out slow and the score might not have been that high, but that was a hell of a hockey game and a whole lot happening out there, especially between the pipes. So we got full analysis coming up. We're going to talk about both of those goaltending performances, the goal scorers, and so much more on the Renegades of Puck podcast. And we're going to do it right after these quick messages. Right back after this.